Hey guys. Okay, so this is our second video talking about standards G3 and G4. This one is diving deeper into quadrilaterals. So quadrilaterals, as you can see in the chart here, are all polygons. They are all closed figures with made of straight sides. They are all in an orange box right now, and as I continue, you're gonna see what we're gonna do with the boxes. But so all of these have an orange box because everything is a polygon. Now, underneath the category of polygon, in our hierarchy, we have a quadrilateral. All the shapes on our poster here are quadrilateral. So everything is also going to get a green box. So quadrilaterals have four sides. A kite is a polygon and also a quadrilateral. Trapezoids have exactly one pair of parallel sides. So one pair of parallel sides. So trapezoids can look like this, or this, or this. This is the traditional trapezoid probably that you think about when you think about a trapezoid, but the sides do not have to be equal. The only qualification it needs to be a trapezoid is that it has four sides and one set are parallel. Parallel means that they continue in the same direction and will never cross. So these two lines, and in this one, these two lines will continue in the same direction and they will never cross. That means that they are parallel. Parallelograms have two sets of parallel sides, and they have opposite sides congruent. The opposite sides have to be equal for both sets to be parallel. If they're not equal, you're going to end up with a trapezoid. So notice in our chart that parallelograms is also a trapezoid. Trapezoid is also a quadrilateral. Quadrilaterals is also a polygon. Let me finish with my green because all of these are quadrilaterals, and all of these are polygons, which is why they have green and orange. Now, as for the kite, it is a quadrilateral, and that's pretty much it. That's where its hierarchy ends. Now, for the trapezoid, we're going to outline that in purple. So you can see that the trapezoid has a purple box to represent the trapezoid, an orange box to represent the polygon, and a green box to represent that it is also a quadrilateral. All of these are also trapezoids because they come underneath the category of trapezoid on the hierarchy. So I'm going to outline all of them in purple as well. Okay, so using the hierarchy, we should be able to say, is a parallelogram a trapezoid? Yes, it is. Is a trapezoid a parallelogram? Not necessarily. So a parallelogram is always a trapezoid. A trapezoid is not always a parallelogram. Okay, moving right on down at our parallelograms, let's make those orange. Oh, we already did orange, just kidding. Let's make it red. Let's make it red. So parallelograms are red. They have two sets of parallel sides. Everything under the parallelogram is going to have two sets of parallel sides. So rectangles have two sets of parallel sides. Squares have two sets of parallel sides. And rhombuses have have two sets of parallel sides. So everything below the parallelogram is also a parallelogram. Now, when we get to parallelograms, we split into rectangles and rhombuses. Rectangles, rhombi. Rectangles have four right angles. Okay, it has to have four right angles to be a rectangle. So I'm going to use the pink this time to going to make my rectangle square, and I'm going to include the square because squares also have 4 right angles. Notice the split. I am not including rhombi because they do not have 4 right angles. They have 4 equal sides. They have to have 4 equal sides. They have to have 2 sides that are parallel. They parallel and congruent. They have to be a trapezoid. They're also a quadrilateral and a polygon. So a rhombi has 4 equal sides, but they're not necessarily, it doesn't need any right angles. I'm going to outline that in blue. Now, notice at the very bottom of my hierarchy here, I have a square. And the square has all of the qualities of a rectangle, a rhombus, a parallelogram, a trapezoid, a quadrilateral, and a polygon. Everything above it in the chart, including 4 right angles and 4 equal sides. So if you're asked to give all of the names of a square, you would have to include everything above it in this chart. A square is a rectangle. It is a rhombus. It is a parallelogram. It is a trapezoid. It is a quadrilateral, and it is a polygon. So it has the most names because it is the farthest down in the hierarchy. Now, there are lots of different ways that we can put shapes into a hierarchy. As long as they are based on characteristics, it is still a hierarchy based on characteristics. This is a hierarchy of quadrilaterals, and we'll look further at triangles in the next video.